どうも、近藤小峠です。今回からですね、このチキンポリスというゲーム、全く初見のゲームなんですけど、これをやっていきたいと思います。ジャンルも何も全く分かりません。情報のないまま、一回やってみたいと思います。全くね、どんなゲームか分かりません。アクションなんか。
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home. Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old.
チキンですね。
My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police.But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too.
ハードボイルドな感じですよね。いやいや、チキンポリスまんまやった。
Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment, and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not?It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement.
だいぶ渋いな。いやいや、かっこいいぞ。
What could possibly go wrong?
もうちょっとテンション上がってきました。いや、大当たりかも、このゲーム。やっぱ動物の世界はやっぱこう白黒なんですかね。そういう。
Ah, crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra.Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
めっちゃ長い喋る。もうなんか集中できへんかった。シマウマじゃないと。エリザベスね。それともシャーロット。とりあえず、この主人公のチキンポリスはサニーフェザーランドって言いましたね。L で移動。はいはいはい。で、カメラ移動。操作2。おー、なるほどね。なんやろ、鹿じゃないな。とりあえずちょっと調べてみましょうか。いろいろね。
Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has. I don't see colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink.
いや、渋いな。これをね、そういうことね。あんまり、こういう目の、あんねや。
My wallet and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine. So I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes. Just in case.
やっぱこういうのあんねや。 ちょっと持っていった方がいいんかな、俺の最後のタバコ。
My last cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal. She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
いや、面白いやんけ。
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day. This
辛い
is,
思い出。
this is one of the most beautiful memories from my old life before Molly left me and took our daughter.
これだいぶストーリー性があるゲームか
The
もな。
good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
いや、めっちゃ喋るからな。
M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
ズボンもなかったんか。面白い。
We used to be
面白
star
い
cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't miss those days. Of course, Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight.
相棒がおるということですね。マーティというね。その相棒が一体何なんか。
The wild gentleman. Those guys rebuilt the city after the great fire of 867.
ひよこの頃の
My
俺
heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
いや、これは。あったんや。これがマーティかな、これ相方。なんやろ、これ。ビーバーか、相方。これが奥さんだからモリーとか出てたよね。いやいや、ちょっと待ってく
I
れ。
don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever.
物の管理悪いですね。
I don't even know what these papers are.
ああ、これはちょっと無理やな。今は無理やな。わからんな。さあ、本題入りますから、ちょっと面白くてね、つるつる引きずってきましたけど、これで、他なんかないか調べれるの。いやー、これは面白いぞ。どうするこれから。ツッコミどころがいっぱいありそうな。安物
Every whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range.
いや、行きますか、本題。やっぱね、手とかは人間みたいな手してますよね。べっぴんさんかな。
Who is this dame anyway? And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
しかもやっぱね、声が渋いんですよ。チキンポリス、サニーフェザーランドの。
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
デボラさんね。
You're mistaken, ma'am.
場所を間違えてるぜ、マダム。
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
やっぱこう、なんていうんですかね、僕もこの日本語字幕で英語のゲームとかやってますけど、やっぱこう声優さんというかね、めちゃくちゃ雰囲気出てますね。かっこいい。ちょっと待ってください。ちょっと寝起きなんで、ちょっと腹だけ噛みたい。 すいません。寝起き15分でこのゲームやってます。
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I came to you.
Look, miss, I work for the police, and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
で、この、なんていうんですかね、日本語訳のセリフの言葉も面白いですよね。あなたのようなやんごとないレディーとかね。ちょっとボキャブラリーに飛んでる。あ、四角で自動プレイ切り替え。
Am I that easy to read?
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't
あ、これで自動でね、
usually drink.
ストーリーが進んでいくと。
Well, I've gotta have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
あ、これ淡々とい
If
き
you
ましょうか。
insist. But bourbon, please.
Ah, thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
面白すぎやろ。あー、いいですよ。初対面の人と乾杯ね。それが動物世界。ちょっとやっぱ、自動プレイにするとセリフが早く感じますよね。そんなデボラと話しましょうか。
That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift. Then carved into a brick, thrown through the window. And finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
手がかりを、大事にしないとダメと。なんかそういう見れる項目があるのかな。今のところはなしか。あ、やっぱこう犯人を探すんやな、これ。ジョン・ドー誰や。さっき出てきたか。
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
なるほどね。ちょっと待ってよ。注意深く起点を聞かせないとこの女性恥ずかしがり屋のようだから。なるほどね。いや、これ難しいな。いや、これはすごいぞ、このゲーム。いや、質問しよう。
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
これは真剣に事件を解決したいな。印象としては引っ込み思案、疑い深いということなんで、恥ずかしがり屋をうまく利用する。どうやったらいいんや。起点を聞かせない。いや、これ難しいな。いや、ほんまに悩んでまうわ。自信があまりなさそうだねか。恥ずかしがり屋やから、ち ちょっと優しくいこうか。
You're not very confident. Are you sure you're all right?
Yes. Excuse me. I'm just a bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before.
Breaking into the apartments of strangers isn't that big a deal. Some people do it as a hobby.
Please don't make fun of me, Mr. Featherland. This is hard for me as it is.
You're right. Sorry.
あかん、失敗した。刑事メーターってどういうことだよね。プラスマイナス。ここまで一頭できたの君だけで。いや、これちょっと序盤からこんな悩んでて大丈夫か。恥ずかしがり屋なんで、いや、こんなんちょっと苦手やな。いや、星座聞きましょ
Tell
うか。
me, what's your star sign, sweetheart?
My what? My star
あ
sign?
かんのか。
I don't see how that's relevant.
I like to be unpredictable sometimes. It's an old detective thing. Just answer the question, please. You'll understand everything in time.
All right. The dancer.
踊り子座。
The answer is the dancer.
The dancer. Huh. I see. Thank you. This could be useful later on.
If you say so.
役に立つ？怯えた獲物のふりがやめな。いや、だから言葉遣いには気をつけないとダメやから。訪ねて、なんで今日訪ねてこないのか
Why
な。
did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
I don't doubt that for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also important to you.
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
これだから刑事メーターがプラスマイナスだったらあかんということですよね。だから印象もちょっと増えてきましたね。疑い深い恐れ。まずは優しく様子を伺いながら適切なタイミングで厳しく問い詰める。いや、これ結構難易度高いな、このゲーム。何を目当てで来たのか。なぜ君が俺を訪ねてきたんだい。どうして君の雇い主が直接来ないのかな。もういや、ちょっとぶち込んでいくか。だいぶちょっと優しく。
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
How so?
Miss Natasha is afraid. She's scared because of those unwanted messages, and everyone knows who she is.
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
なるほど、デボラなんか隠している。刑事メーター上がってきますね。いいですよ。いやー、これでも難しいな。何かを隠している。一体全体何を期待して俺に会いに来たんだ。この住所どうやって知った。いや、これめっちゃ難しいよ。どうしたらええ。これはなんかまあまあ難しいよ。この住所をどうやって知った。何かを隠しているもんね。住所行ってみるか。いや、このね、一体全体か住所かどっちか。真剣に難しい。こんな悩むもんか、真剣に。いや、これ行くか、住所。
How did you get this address?
You know, my mistress has exceptional connections.
If they were so exceptional, she wouldn't have chosen me.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Detective. You are the head of the famous chicken police. Am I right?
Was it a raccoon with a scarred face called Zip who recommended me? He hates me.
No, Mr. Featherland. I don't know anyone like that.
Lucky for you, Deborah.
いや、ちゃうかった。マイナス10か。でもな。まあ、上に来たら、これか。
I'm sure it's not intentional, but are you toying with me?
I'm not sure I understand you, Mr. Featherland.
Cut the crap, Deborah. You're a pretty smart girl, and you can't hide that no matter how hard you try. But ever since we've been talking, I couldn't force one single straight answer out of you. I'm starting to think I'm terrible at what I do.
I'm sorry, Mr. Featherland, you're right. I'll try to be more straightforward next time.
I appreciate that, ma'am.
マイナスだって思った。失敗したか。これは難しいな、マジで。いや、ちょっと待てよ。ほんまにね、自分が刑事になったと思って問い詰めていこう。俺は職業刑事、チキンポリスです。いやー、これはちょっと真剣に難しい。自分に向いていると思う。
Do you think you're cut out for this kind of work?
Not in the slightest.
Then why all of this?
I just can't say no to Natasha.
Would she hurt you if you did?
No, of course not. She's my friend.
I see.
マイナスかいな。もう問い詰めていかなかった。
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino, I'll explain everything.
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
よしよしよし。ちょっと回復した。何かを隠してるもんな。信じるべき理由がある。白状する気がないならこれに何の意味が。いや、強気で言った方がいいか。
If you won't come clean, what's the point of all this?
But, Mr. Featherland...
I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm way too old for this game.
Please, just think again. For me and my mistress's sake.
うわ。めっちゃマイナスだと思った。
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
Damn, what can I say to that?
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Smart answer. Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him...
Ibn Wessler, the Kingpin.
Exactly.
Feathery gods, help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
うわぁ。無能警官。いや、これきっつ。マジっすか。いや、これおもろすぎやろ。いやー。自分が無能ということで分かりました、今。最終的な考え。いや、まだ、私自身ね、新米警官なんで、今のとこね、今、物語はベテランですけど、マジっすか。重要な手がかり、雇い主、ナターシャの情婦はなんとあの悪名高きギャングのイブン・ウェスラーね。 いや、ちょっとこれはね、マジでやっていくよ。ちょっと、尋問精度上げようか。ちょっとね、舐めてましたね、このゲーム。もうちょっと行くか。
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints, you know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's
新しい
see.
品物。出てみるかな、新しい品物。
Legs that go on for days. Deep, dark eyes. Silky skin and voice. You're in big trouble, pal.
面白いな。
Don't you want to look at it? The message I gave you.
Yeah, of course, Deborah. Give me a second.
出てみるの。
I need a secretary.
あ、ズームで。書類どうやって見るか。
Legs that go on.
書類の見方が分からへん。どうやって書類見んねやろ。
Legs that.
Don't you want to look at it? The message I gave you.
Yeah, of course, Deborah. Give me a second.
どうやって書類見んねん。
I need a sec.
あ、こうやって出てきますよね。下ボタンで一覧みたいな、このね、チェックできるとこ一覧が出てきます。あー、バック見た。インベントリー。調査する。これ何や日本語訳お願いします。
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
N ということはナターシャってことですよね。
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames. Like an eternally dark hole in the wall. A missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby. The waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand. Don't you?
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
センコな。キャッツェン
Oh,
コ。
yes. You can find her at the Czar Club.
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable? Or does she only like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve, right?
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko. But there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Katsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
新しい答え。ああ、これでね、メモ帳ね、ちょっとメモ帳見ましょうか。手がかりも全部英語なんですわ。被害者の女は何か奇妙な、ナターシャ・キャッツェンかな。この絵が絵ですけど、右側の猫の写真。で、これが悪いやつや。イヴァン・ウェスラー。これがイブン・ウェスラーか。で、クラブのオーナーさん。キャッツェンコさんはクラブの。で、妻のモリーね。妻のモリーっていうのはこの写真のこのインコかな。インコの方は多分これがね。
Where do you live now? And
インコの女性がモリーさんね。ちょっと待ってくださいね。いろいろ見ます。動物。まだハテナばっかりですね。ウサギさん。ああ。喋るとどもる癖が。ホバードイブ・ウィズラー、ネズミのギャングね。クソ野郎ね。男前ね。いや、これは結構大事な。ちょっと情報多すぎてややこしいですね。チキンポリスは名の知れた刑事2話組である。サニー・フェザーランド、マーティー・マクチキン。あ、マーティー・マクチキンも鳥なんですか？名前からしてどう見ても鳥ですよね。いやいや、ごめんなさいね。とりあえず今30分ぐらいゲームしましたんで、ちょっとね、だいぶ面白いゲームやと思うんですけど、一回とりあえず今日はこれぐらいにしようかなと思います。次はもしかしたらめっちゃ長いかもと思います。プレイ時間が。今回とりあえずね、30分ぐらいで終わるとかなと思います。まだこれ、真剣に次回事件解決していくんで、皆さん今後ともよろしくお願いいたします。今日はどうもありがとうございました。